What do you say to boards of education seeking more funding for capital projects, deferred maintenance, seismic upgrading, and inflation-driven operational costs? So one more time, what do you say to boards of education seeking more funding for capital projects, deferred maintenance, seismic upgrading, and inflation-driven operational costs? MLA Sturko, we'll start with yourself.
Okay, well, I agree that we definitely have a shortage of infrastructure, that there has been many projects that were meant to make schools safer that have been deferred. And we need to get back on track with putting those investments in place. We see what happens in school districts when we don't. And I'll point to my own school district right now in Surrey, where I live, that we have overcrowding in classrooms. We have a situation now where we actually don't have more room to add portables. And the reality is that there are some high school students, including my own kids, who will be going to a high school nearby in my riding, that will have to start doing the staggered start, like the split day, which puts a lot of pressure on the family. And we also live just like 200 meters outside of the school bus zone, so now we also have that added pressure of having to drive our kids. And so the reality is that when we don't put the investments in, when we do not find creative ways, even if it's not building a brand new school, of finding space that's appropriate for learning and education to make sure that kids have a place to go, it has trickle-down effects beyond just their learning outcomes. It impacts the family. It impacts mental health of students. And it most certainly impacts learning outcomes. So we definitely need to make funding of capital investments a priority. And our party has already come forward and said that we will find ways of getting projects approved faster and getting these projects completed more timely.
Thank you, MLA Sturko. I now invite MLA Furstenau to add your thoughts to this question.
Yeah, we're asking parents, and I'm a blended family of 5 here, we're asking parents to send their kids every day into buildings, and we would want those parents to feel confident that the buildings are safe, that the buildings are clean, and that they're well maintained, and that they're going to be able to endure an earthquake. These are just a basic kind of expectation that parents should be able to have. And we know that in a lot, Surrey is an example, but the overcrowding conditions are really hard on kids, on teachers, on schools, and on parents wondering about that. So we absolutely need to be investing in the infrastructure where our kids are going to school. We have a new school about to open in Cowichan. Hello, Cowichan. Nice to see you there. It's looking beautiful. It's looking amazing. And I'm going to confess, I reflect on it when I go by, and I think about in the olden days when I was a kid, and how schools all kind of, there was a sort of model for schools. And I wonder about efficiency in getting more schools built more efficiently. Do we take the approach that the province has proposed for zoning for housing, and it's like, here's 3 models that you can choose from. Choose one of them that suits your district, and we can get those approvals and that work done much more efficiently than what it takes right now with the whole lengthy process to even get to the design. And so that's one thought that I've been having about how to be more efficient.
Thank you very much, MLA Furstenau. Minister Singh has indicated with her card that she'd like to add to this question. So, Minister, you have up to 1 minute to do so.
No, this is my favorite topic, so I just did not want to let it go because this is the conversation that I've had with so many of you. How our communities are growing and the challenges that you are facing. And your government knows about these challenges, and that's why investing in the capital projects, like making investments of $4 billion in the new and expanded schools. I know that we have much more to do, and that's why we are coming up with the innovative ideas like the prefabricated classrooms, so that we can get the classrooms ready in less time, so that the students can get access to those modern learning spaces that they deserve. But just because I am MLA from Surrey as well, so I just wanted to make a comment to Elenore that in Surrey, we know how fast Surrey is growing. And I just want to, I know many trustees are here from Surrey, but since last 6 years, like the investments that we have made in Surrey, the schools that we have made, that have been able to open in Surrey is much more than what happened in the last 16 years. So lot has been done, much more to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Singh. MLA Sturko has indicated with her card that she'd like another opportunity for up to 1 minute. They can do the cards twice, just so everyone knows, and they've now all used it once.
All right, I know it's not a debate, but, you know, so I often hear governments talk about historic investment. The reality is, with the growth that school districts are facing, the investment will continue to be historic for the future because it's growing. We're going to need more and more. And, you know, if you did build schools and it's still not enough, it's not enough. Okay, so regardless of the number of schools that are built, if it is not enough, it is negatively impacting. And we have to definitely look at the outcomes we're looking to achieve and balance our investment based on the outcomes. If you've built 6 new schools but you need 12, then that is not a success in the community because it is negatively impacting. And I know I only have 1 minute, I gotta hurry. The prefabs are a fine idea, but it adds classrooms, but it doesn't add gyms, it doesn't add labs, it doesn't add libraries. We need to be more creative. I do like Sonia's idea here. We need to find ways of expanding an entire learning environment and not just simply adding more classrooms on top. Thank you.
Thank you, MLA Sturko.